It was the middle of the day when the police suddenly came to my door. They said someone accused me of raping his girlfriend. Before I even had time to eat lunch, I was taken to the police station. As soon as I walked into the lobby, I saw a man tightly embracing a sobbing girl. Before I could say anything, the man rushed up to me and slapped me in the face. "You beast who only dares to bully women, I'm going to kill you." He cursed at me, saying that I had pretended to break into his house and raped his girlfriend, calling me a beast worse than a pig or a dog, and insisting on slaughtering me. I was thunderstruck. Rape? I'm just an ordinary commoner, abiding by the law. The worst thing I've ever done is finding 10 yuan and not turning it into the police. And this man comes up and accuses me of rape. He calls me a beast and wants to kill me. The commotion drew everyone in the lobby to look over. Without exception, they all looked at me with disgust. My sister rushed over and hurriedly said, "There must be some misunderstanding. My brother isn't that kind of person." Wang Yong gave my sister a cold look, pushed her away, and cursed. My sister staggered back. I quickly helped her, equally annoyed. "Sir, you need evidence when you speak. Who raped your girlfriend? You can't just throw around accusations like that." "It's you," Wang Yong said ferociously. "You pig dog thing." The police told him to calm down. Wang Yong hurriedly said, "My girlfriend was violated. Why aren't you quickly interrogating this rapist? You're dragging your feet and not filing a case, bullying us common people who have no connections." The police frowned. "We're investigating, but you're hindering our questioning." Wang Yong pointed at me and cursed. "Isn't it obvious? Hurry up and arrest him. Don't let him out to harm society again." My head was spinning. I argued, "I really didn't do it. They're slandering me. You dare say it wasn't you?" Wang Yong aggressively pulled his girlfriend, Wu Jia, over and asked sharply, "Was it him who broke in and raped you? So he broke into your place, took off your clothes, and beat you, right?" Wang Yong's eyes sparked with anger. Wu Jia shrank back, tears streaming down her face. "Don't ask, he didn't." My sister immediately said, "Your girlfriend says no. Why are you being so aggressive with her? Looks like you two have relationship problems. Little couples arguing. That's your own issue. Don't drag my brother into it." Wang Yong glared at us, gripped Wu Jia's shoulders with both hands, and stared coldly at her. "Speak up. Didn't you say you were raped?" Wu Jia shuddered, tears flowing even more violently, and said timidly, "Yes. He touched me." Wang Yong's eyes lit up, and he directly ordered the police. "Did you hear that? My girlfriend said he did it. He's a rapist. Arrest him now." My sister retorted sharply, "What is this nonsense? Your girlfriend is contradicting herself. It's obvious you're leading her to answer. The way you're asking, everyone here is a rapist." Veins popped out on Wang Yong's forehead. "My girlfriend is a good girl. She never lies." As he spoke, his emotions flared up again. He wanted to come forward and hit me, calling me a beast with every other word. Spreading rumors is so easy. My sister couldn't hold back her anger, wishing she could slap this unreasonable man. Wang Yong's eyes were blazing, saliva spraying everywhere. "You want evidence? I'll give you evidence. Let's see what you have to say then." The police asked me about the situation, retrieved surveillance footage, and asked me to cooperate with the investigation. My sister asked me, "What exactly is going on? How did you suddenly become a rapist? What's going on? I want to know what happened. I hadn't eaten lunch when the police suddenly came to my door, accusing me of raping someone else's girlfriend." My sister naturally believed in my character. "Do you know his girlfriend? She has injuries on her body. It seems like something really happened." Objectively speaking, I sympathize with this couple's plight, and I believe they were blinded by temporary anger. After all, such an unpleasant thing happened. The boyfriend didn't try to smooth things over, but bravely reported it to the police to catch the real culprit. This is legal, reasonable, and justified. The prerequisite is don't slander good people. I don't know this man at all. They haven't moved here for long. I've seen them a few times on the street. As for his girlfriend, I've only seen her a few times when she picks up packages. How could this determine that I am a rapist? The police retrieved the surveillance footage from my store. Wang Yong accused me of always tokan his girlfriend and, on the 18th, taking advantage of delivering goods to her door and seeing Wu Jia alone at home, violently raping her. However, the surveillance footage in my store showed that my interaction with Wu Jia was no different from that with other customers. Finally, the surveillance footage from the corridor of Wang Yong's building was retrieved, and it was discovered that I did deliver goods to her door and entered her house, but I came out in just 10 minutes. I was fully dressed and looked normal. After repeated investigations and verifications, the police determined that I was not suspected of committing a crime, so they decided not to file a case. Hearing that a case would not be filed, Wang Yong's face turned ashen, and he said angrily, "Didn't you see the injuries on my girlfriend?" His sister is the manager of the property company in the community and can delete the surveillance footage. If you don't file a case, you're going to ignore my girlfriend being raped? You're going to let this rapist go out and endanger society. The police frowned and confirmed that there were no signs of deletion or tampering with the surveillance footage. If he still didn't believe it, they could ask a forensic expert to identify it, and they would notify him after the investigation results came out. You're all in cahoots. Seeing the police's firm attitude, Wang Yong knew that making a scene wouldn't work. Before leaving, he stared at me fiercely. "Bastard, I will never let you go." I initially thought Wang Yong was just worked up and saying harsh words. I thought once the truth came out, I could go back to my normal life. Little did I know that when I went to the warehouse to pick up goods and came back, I saw several large wreaths placed at the entrance. The wreaths read, "The express delivery shop owner raped a female customer. May his entire family die a horrible death." My sister looked panicked and hurried over, holding her phone out for me to see. "That lunatic is spreading rumors and posted this online. You're trending." I clicked it open, and my world collapsed. A beast in human clothing, this delivery guy tried to harass a female customer, then broke in her home and raped my girlfriend, but the police refused to file a case. Wang Yong used his ID card to report me under his real name. We moved into this community this year, and my girlfriend and I are planning to get married in the second half of the year. We often buy things online to decorate our new home. That's how we got to know the owner of the express delivery shop. My girlfriend often goes to pick up packages, and that shop owner always flirts with her. At first, my girlfriend didn't care, but one day I came home and saw her disheveled, scrubbing herself like crazy in the bathroom. That's when I knew she had been raped. At this point, Wang Yong was in tears, slapping himself hard across the face twice. "It's all my fault. I wasn't a good boyfriend. I didn't protect the woman I love most." He also posted surveillance footage of Wu Jia and me taken at the police station on the internet. He deliberately edited it to create an ambiguous atmosphere and lead people on. It was clearly just normal conversation, but it was twisted. Wang Yong, a grown man, looked haggard, with red eyes, gnashing his teeth and saying, "The surveillance in his shop was deleted, and the property manager of the community is his sister, who also manipulated the surveillance in the community." The police said there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. Finally, he lowered his head and pleaded earnestly, "Pity my bride." She went to the hospital for an examination, and they said there were obvious injuries to her lower body. When I heard that, I was so angry I wanted to tear that rapist into pieces. We were supposed to get married, but now that this has happened, the culprit is out there living freely, and my fiancée is depressed and afraid to go out. If I even touch her, she trembles all over. To prove his words, the video ended with his girlfriend's medical report. After reading the content, I slumped on the sofa, feeling dizzy. Bride raped. Culprit is the courier. Where's our information security heading? Courier store owner, property manager, police negligence, collusion between officials and capital, aiding and abetting evil. This is a moral degeneration, injustice in the world. Where do we seek justice? The right path in the world is full of changes. The boyfriend, unable to find help, could only seek help online to get justice for the bride, begging relevant departments to intervene and bring the rapist to justice. As soon as the video was released, it topped the charts. Netizens were outraged and left messages and reposted the video. helping him to denounce me, the courier store owner who raped his bride-to-be. Angry netizens even dug up my personal information and posted it online, with all kinds of abuse. Can't your wife satisfy you? Calling you a beast is an insult to beasts. You don't deserve to live, go die. Stop polluting the air, scum. In just a few days, my phone received all kinds of text messages insulting my personality. My store entrance was filled with all kinds of garbage. The door was also sprayed with paint. Rapist. Dead scum. In other words, not only was I affected, but my sister was also asked to suspend her job. The stores simply couldn't open, delaying the owners from picking up their deliveries, and even the head office wanted to hold me accountable and fine me. The most terrifying thing was that my family's information was also seriously leaked. Someone ran to my door and seriously harassed my family. Even the neighbors pointed fingers at us. Reporters, smelling the traffic dividend, pointed their cameras at my face. This is the rapist. Questioning me. Did you take advantage of the female customer and ask her to have a relationship with you? How long have you liked her? Why did you delete the video? Are you feeling guilty? You have a family. Why did you destroy a newlywed couple? Are you looking for excitement? How did you escape legal sanctions? The unprincipled accusations drove my whole family to the brink of collapse. I urgently needed to clear my name, because under the pressure of public opinion, rapist and my name were almost equated. In desperation, I first released the police investigation results. In response to the video released by Wang Yong, I released the full version. As for my visit to Wu Jie's house, it was just a normal delivery to the door, and the order number said it was a bookcase. I also showed the big data positioning path map of my entry into Wu Jie's house. It clearly showed that I stayed at her house for about 10 minutes, which was only enough for her to inspect the goods, sign, and then leave. In this way, I am sure that I didn't have time to commit the crime. The whole thing was just Wang Yong spreading rumors in a fit of emotion. However, netizens didn't believe it. The cyber violence continued to escalate. In this era, even surveillance can be faked, so can location data. 10 minutes is enough to do a lot of things. Doesn't attempted rape count as rape? This person's conduct is usually bad. Otherwise, why would someone be so sure it was him? Analyzing his face, he doesn't look like a good person. Is he an antisocial personality disorder? How scary. They demanded that the police arrest me quickly. Otherwise, women would not feel safe walking on the street. The courier was affected by this incident and cursed me as a troublemaker. Public opinion fermented and escalated, and some righteous people even demanded to crowdfund a hitman on the dark web to kill me, believing that I, an antisocial personality disorder sufferer, didn't deserve to live. Even though the police told Wang Yong that no evidence of me assaulting Wu Jie was detected on her body, and clarified to him that I had no motive to commit the crime, and speculated that Wu Jie may not have been raped. Logically, he should have accepted the truth. But he didn't stop attacking, insisting it was me, and even changed the time to a month earlier, accusing me of being a habitual offender who coveted his fiancée's beauty and harassed her. After all, there had been news about a courier harassing a female customer recently. He posted on various social media platforms, constantly exposing me, always insisting that I was the criminal. He even went to my wife's workplace to insult her, calling her husband a rapist who couldn't even control his own husband. He stirred up trouble in my home. Oh my God, I just don't understand. Why is he clinging to me and spreading rumors about me? The police also asked Wang Yong why he didn't believe it. Your girlfriend's injury may have been caused by excessive bathing, not rape. Isn't that a good thing? Wang Yong said, my girlfriend is depressed, crying all day long, and saying that she is not worthy of me and won't marry me. If I don't trust her, she will really be desperate. I just want justice. And he posted these righteous words on social media. The highest rated comment below was, a perfect fiancé, go for it, bride. Justice may be late, but it must not be absent. So, netizens attacked me under the banner of justice. My shop door was piled with all kinds of garbage, as well as pet feces and urine. My mother was so angry that she suffered a stroke. My wife was also fired from her job, The atmosphere at home was extremely depressing, and it also affected my daughter. Among them, I also saw Wang Yong liking a certain comment. The content was, "This shop owner has a history of molesting little girls, especially neighbors. He pretends to be a decent father in front of his daughter," just like the content of the book, Fong Siki's First Love Paradise. "This time, we must not let him escape the law. May the rapist's whole family die." All kinds of rumors and torment made me feel like I was in extreme pain. So, I discussed with my sister and immediately sent my family to another place. "We must face it head on." She gnashed her teeth in hatred. "Dare to smear our family. We must sue them until they are penniless and put them in jail to sew prison uniforms." My sister was implicated in my affair and suspended. Then, she and I collected evidence together. She moved the screen for me to see. I have collected all of his social media accounts. He bought an army of online commenters to stir up trouble. Underneath, there was a bunch of fake sob stories, and a bunch of classmates and neighbors came out to expose your past. "I didn't know you were so popular." Those stories are all falsely accusing you of being a habitual molester, not even letting go of 3-year-old children. If you weren't my brother, and I hadn't watched you grow up, I would have believed that you were such a heinous and unforgivable rapist. Me? I am more wrong than Doe. Thinking of my family, I gritted my teeth and listed all the evidence, and then submitted it to the police. I sued Wang Yong for creating rumors, infringing on my privacy, and defamation, among other crimes. After receiving the report, the police immediately summoned Wang Yong. Wang Yong looked at me in disbelief. "You rapist, you still have the nerve to report me?" I said sincerely to the police, "Comrades, I have submitted the evidence. I solemnly request that it be handled according to the law." "Evidence? Where did you get the evidence?" Wang Yong glared at me resentfully. The police said, "You were suspected of infringing on other people's privacy, publishing false statements, and insulting their reputation. Isn't that because you are protecting each other? I have no way to seek justice. Who is responsible for the physical and mental harm suffered by my girlfriend?" Wang Yong gritted his teeth and said, "You don't give me justice, I will come and get it myself." "Is this still illegal? My girlfriend said he did it. Why don't you believe her?" I ignored this madman. I said directly to the police, "His spreading rumors everywhere has not only affected my life and caused me huge economic harm, but also harassed my family and insulted my daughter. I demand that he must delete the false statements on all platforms, sincerely apologize publicly, and compensate me for my economic and mental losses. I will sue him and act according to the law." Finally, I looked at him again and said firmly, "No reconciliation. Compensate you for your losses? You are fine. What losses do you have?" Wang Yong raised his voice and roared, "How about you compensate my girlfriend for her physical and mental harm? File a case for investigation, right? We will also file a case." The police sighed and said, "We investigated your girlfriend's case, but there was insufficient evidence. The harm suffered by this gentleman is real, and the evidence is sufficient." "Insufficient evidence? Then go investigate. You want me to provide the evidence? Then what do we need you police for?" The more Wang Yong argued, the more worked up he became, hysterically shouting, "But you won't even open a case. When this person sues me, you open a case." The entire police station could hear Wang Yong's barrage of questions. After an afternoon of stalemate, there was no progress. The police told me to go home and wait for news. The next day, I was preparing to tidy up the shop. Unexpectedly, Wang Yong barged in with Wu Jie, and before saying a word, they started smashing and pushing things around in my store. "You peeped at my girlfriend, constantly harassed her, and demanded that she have a relationship with you?" I said no. "You said if she didn't agree, you would spread rumors about her sleeping around?" "No." Wang Yong stepped forward, grabbed my collar, and gritted his teeth, saying, "It's you. You, a grown man, coveting my girlfriend's beauty. Why don't you dare admit it, you coward?" Wu Jie was frightened, pulling on Wang Yong's arm, trembling all over, tears streaming down her face. "Don't do this. I'm scared." I watched Wu Jie, who didn't dare to look at me. Why? You must think someone raped your girlfriend? Don't you hope she wasn't assaulted? Wang Yong said, She's my girlfriend. Of course I know if she's been assaulted or not. After speaking, he pushed me aside, lost control of his emotions, and trashed my store. Wu Jie wanted to dissuade him, but ultimately trembled and cried. Wang Yong suddenly took out his phone, pointed at me, and said, See clearly, this person is the one who assaulted my girlfriend, a scumbag who refuses to admit his mistake. After he left, before long, I was trending at the top of the hot search list again. Wang Yong came to my store, especially bringing a hidden camera, intentionally editing the video, and posting it online. He turned me into a rapist who escaped legal sanctions and refused to repent. In the video, Wu Jie trembled and looked at me with tearful eyes, further confirming that I was an utterly heinous scumbag. The video ignited the online justice warriors, unleashing a torrent of baseless personal attacks against me. Fortunately, the police informed me that they had successfully opened a case. My sister, upon learning that my store's operating rights had been revoked and the losses were immeasurable, sighed and said, If you win the lawsuit, this year won't have been a complete waste. Indeed, the combined losses from various packages were no small amount, enough to make Wang Yong bleed profusely. However, I had some trouble finding a lawyer. Most lawyers, pressured by the internet and afraid of being exposed, were unwilling to take the case. Fortunately, there are always some good lawyers who aren't afraid of public opinion. Attorney Lin, after reviewing the evidence I provided, felt that I had a high chance of winning and was also quite experienced in handling such rights protection lawsuits. His advice to me was to unconditionally cooperate with the police investigation and to properly collect evidence of the evidence and economic losses. My demands must be clearly defined. With the rise of feminism, the degree of online violence will continue to escalate, and you have to withstand the pressure. Rapist had become my moniker. Wherever I went, people pointed and stared, and someone even threw an egg at me on the street. They cursed me as scum, and they cursed my parents. At this point, I had no way out, especially when I saw my store and home splattered with red paint. I can only rely on the law to restore justice to me. At the same time, I finally understood why some people choose to commit suicide when faced with online violence. In this extreme environment, a person's mental world can easily collapse. The only lucky thing was that my family believed in me. My sister told me that a prominent influencer wanted to interview me. She said, I want to report the truth. I needed to speak out to the media, so I agreed. I never expected it to be another trial. The influencer recorded the whole process. The camera was shoved in my face. Before I could even open my mouth, the influencer unleashed a torrent of accusations. You coveted the beauty of a female customer, demanded she have a relationship with you, and when she refused, you spread malicious rumors about her. Also, as the owner of a delivery station, you basically don't need to deliver packages to people's doors. So why was the victim an exception? A barrage of questions left me dizzy and disoriented. The influencer's words were sharp and cutting. Please answer this. You have a family, you have a daughter. How could you commit such a heinous and inhumane act? Before you committed this crime, did you consider your family, your child? If someone raped you, how would you feel? I clenched my fists and gritted my teeth. I'll say it only once, I didn't do it. I'm not a rapist. They framed me. If it wasn't you, then who is it? If you were upright and honest, why would anyone slander you? Why would a bride-to-be risk her reputation to falsely accuse you? I said, whoever makes the accusation must provide the evidence. You should ask them why they framed me. The influencer paused for a moment. I clenched my fists. If I were a rapist, how could you be interviewing me here? I would have been arrested long ago. The influencer said, because there's a lack of evidence. You have powerful connections. You investigated my background? A regular delivery station owner has what kind of connections? The influencer was still unwilling to give up. Rapists are inherently difficult to prosecute, especially since you're so articulate. Maybe it's a high IQ crime. It was becoming more and more outrageous. I said, if I were a high IQ criminal, I wouldn't have let that woman know it was me and then wait for you people to bully me online, would I? In the end, I almost swore. I'm such an idiot to believe that any media would be willing to stand on my side. This influencer claims to be neutral and objective on the surface. In reality, she's wearing the mask of extreme feminism, profiting from the online female rights movement. The edited interview video was released online the next day. It especially highlighted that I was a high IQ rapist. Everyone knows I'm the culprit, but there's no evidence. The kind of scum that only appears in movies and TV shows. A villain that enrages both gods and men. The Big V really lives up to her reputation as a blogger with millions of followers. Having risen to fame through stand-up comedy, she knows exactly what content netizens want to see. She knew perfectly well that things weren't as the internet claimed, but to get traffic, she deliberately disregarded the truth, distorted facts, and portrayed me as a high IQ criminal mastermind. Someone even the law couldn't punish. An extreme, antisocial personality. Moreover, she could use my darkness to highlight Wang Yong's greatness, glory, and righteousness. The confrontation between black and white further intensified the emotions of netizens. Soon, the Big V gained hundreds of thousands of fans and, under the banner of feminism, received countless commercial deals. My sister, seeing all these outrageous operations, was so angry she almost vomited blood. It's all my fault. I didn't expect it to turn out like this. I immediately consulted Lawyer Lin, asking how to handle it. Lawyer Lin, accustomed to such things, said calmly, "It's okay. We have the original video anyway. We'll file complaints with all the major platforms, report it to the police, and sue in court. The charges of defamation and spreading rumors will be enough to keep her busy. The more commercial deals she takes, the more she'll have to pay in breach of contract. She'll inevitably end up in prison, doing time." The lawyer was very efficient, and the video was taken down from the entire internet on the fourth day. Her account was not only permanently banned, but she was also taken to the police station for personality reform. This series of events left me exhausted. I asked my sister how Mom was doing. My sister comforted me. She's receiving traditional Chinese medicine treatment and is much better. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. Hang in there. It will pass. I, a grown man, couldn't help but feel so wrong that I wanted to cry. Let me show you the new evidence we've collected. My sister handed me the tablet. I saw many group messages. Wang Yong's girlfriend support squad? There are 10 groups. Each group had 500 people. I clicked to see that the red envelopes were all sent to Wang Yong, steadfastly supporting his lawsuit. I also saw Wang Yong's live-streaming sales advertisements. The whole incident left me numb. What's going on? My sister said. Now you know why he wouldn't let you off the hook, right? Look at his mind. A man uses female traffic to become a hit. And by the way, he reaps a wave of its jiutsai, chives, metaphor for people who are exploited, earning over 10,000 a day. I saw someone sending red envelopes again, comforting Wang Yong, and expressing their firm support for him, defending his girlfriend's rights. My sister said, in one group, the minimum red envelope is 200 yuan. A rich woman was generous and sent 10,000 yuan. Can you imagine how much money he made from this story? Not to mention the profits from live streaming and selling goods. No wonder he was so determined to insist that I was a rapist. He was sacrificing my family, and he was getting rich off of it. My sister said, you have to send at least 200 to join the group. Seeing so many people with low IQs, so many suckers, I feel bad for my 200 yuan. I said, take screenshots of all of this. My sister rolled her eyes at me. You're supposed to be a high IQ criminal. Why are you taking screenshots so slowly? Just import the program and copy all the chat logs. I've already sent them to Lawyer Lin. Wang Yong's antics continued to escalate. He stubbornly refused to let go of me and even went into every group in the community to constantly spread my crimes. The word rapist was painted on my front door, and he turned off my electricity. He also brought his girlfriend to my door to demand justice, attracting many onlookers who took videos and posted them online. I couldn't bear it anymore and posted the police's refusal to file a case on the internet. I asked the police to issue a statement on this matter. However, there was no traffic. It even led to more crazy questioning from netizens. Wang Yong seized the opportunity to emphasize that I had connections with the authorities. The authorities were using their power to try to smooth things over and protect me. He even wanted to put a "My Dad is Li Gang" label on my head. He's using his connections to sue me. A rapist is actually suing the victim. The perpetrator wants to send the victim to court. Is there any justice in this world? He kept soliciting the support of netizens. Further distorting the truth, he wanted to use public opinion to influence the official verdict. The more I watched, the more frustrated I became. I was so angry that I couldn't sleep at night. I could only collect his various outrageous remarks, complete videos of him going crazy and smashing things, including photos of him spraying red paint on my house and my store, cursing me to die. I organized everything and submitted it to the police. Lawyer Lin informed me that the case had been accepted in advance. Because this case has affected public credibility, the case has been accepted in advance. What are your demands? I said, make sure he's bankrupt and inside sewing. On the second day of filing the case, I released a portion of the video. That is, Wang Yong deliberately came to my store to shoot with a pinhole camera, asking me to admit that I raped his girlfriend, deliberately shouting at his girlfriend to identify me as the person who raped her. I firmly said no. Why? You must think someone raped your girlfriend? Don't you want her to not have been violated? She's my girlfriend. Of course I know if she's been violated. I asked him to provide evidence. Even a victim, Wu Jie, stammered. In the end, it was all Wang Yong's one-sided story. He seems to really want his girlfriend to be raped. The evidence they provided is real. What can you do in the victim's house for 10 minutes? The police's refutation has no traffic, but he firmly believes that the courier boss is the perpetrator. Why? Some netizens began to rationally analyze the ins and outs of the incident and found that Wang Yong's story had more and more loopholes. Public opinion instantly reversed. The Taoists say, reversal is the movement of the Tao. It means that when things develop to a certain point, they will inevitably move towards the opposite, especially when the truth tears open a gap. Traffic instantly backlashed Wang Yong. Netizens questioned Wang Yong. In a moment of desperation, Wang Yong presented his girlfriend's medical report. The doctor said my girlfriend was violently assaulted. Due to overwhelming public opinion, the court also requested the hospital to provide more detailed data. The hospital report stated that Wu Jie had indeed suffered domestic violence, but who the abuser was still needed to be investigated in detail. What was even more surprising was that Wu Jie frequented the hospital, with more or less injuries on her body, suspected of domestic violence. This comment was quickly covered up by Wang Yong's new operation. He once again emphasized my background, saying that I could influence judicial justice and that I had a dark past. All kinds of dirty labels were thrown at me. Wang Yong kept talking about how much he and his girlfriend loved each other, how much of a blow his girlfriend had suffered from this incident. Wang Yong said, I really love my girlfriend. If I had no other choice, I wouldn't have made such a big deal out of it. I'm doing all this to seek justice for my girlfriend. Some netizens were moved by his unwavering love and left messages. His persistence makes me believe in love again. Support you can't lose. Why are you cyberbullying a wonderful man? He's just speaking out for his girlfriend. The police came forward to talk with Wang Yong in detail, but there was no evidence to support that I had assaulted Wu Jie. He resolutely refused to believe it, insisting that Wu Jie had been assaulted. The police had to invest more energy to investigate their family. Then, things took an earth-shattering turn. A used condom was indeed found in their home, and further investigation revealed that it belonged to the upstairs neighbor. The upstairs neighbor was from the same hometown as Wu Jie, and they had an improper relationship. Under police interrogation, the upstairs neighbor quickly confessed and begged them not to tell his wife. Wu Jie finally relented. I cheated. The police told me the truth. My sister also took the opportunity to expose Wang Yong for using feminism to make money. For so long, he had twisted the truth, fabricated facts, and written manipulative essays to profit from tragedy and exploit his followers. This immediately ignited the anger of netizens, who demanded that he return the money. Of course, he refused. The live streaming platform banned his account and froze his assets. Wang Yong sued the platform for embezzling his assets and righteously claimed on another live streaming platform that I was diverting netizens' attention and deliberately slandering him and his girlfriend. I watched his performance. Netizens began to angrily rebuke him, directly posting photos of Wu Jie and the upstairs resident intimately together. In a live broadcast, Wang Yong emphasized his love with his girlfriend, arguing, "My girlfriend is just a normal friend to him. Don't be swayed." A netizen typed a line, "Do normal friends hold hands?" A soul-searching question. Is your true love abusing your girlfriend? Before the trial, the police asked me if I wanted to consider settlement. I said, absolutely no way. Lin asked my sister to attend the meeting in my place. Good thing you didn't go. Wang Yong showed up with his girlfriend. Wu Jie didn't show anything on her face, but her body was covered in bruises. He wanted her to beg the judge in tears and even asked her kneel. He said he just wanted to stand up for his girlfriend so badly that he lost his mind, and he was very sorry for taking up public resources. He kept emphasizing to the judge how much he loved his girlfriend, that he couldn't live without her. The sight of him and his girlfriend kneeling together made me shudder. He was already talking incoherently. If you had been there, I bet they would have cried and grabbed your leg, begging you to settle. I said, no wonder Lin didn't want me to go. My sister chuckled. Yeah, the scene was too spectacular. If you had gone and the video went viral, the moral kidnapping and public opinion would have turned again. Luckily, she had filmed a video, so I could watch them weeping and wailing. Wang Yong was still quibbling. I'm sorry, I didn't expect things to turn out this way. Besides, he didn't lose anything, just a few scoldings. But he actually wants me to pay him $1 million. I still have $1 million in mortgage debt. Where am I going to get the money for him? Under this video, someone else started stirring up trouble. She was betrayed by her girlfriend, which is also pitiful. Why make things difficult for them? I think that courier shop owner had designs on his girlfriend, but he didn't succeed. How could a capitalist possibly empathize with a worker? Every penny he has is stained with blood. He just wants to ruin people. Brainless comments were flying everywhere, but one was the most eye-catching. Everyone calm down. This case not only involved compensation, but the fabricator will also have to go to jail and sew things. Smile pasta. One look at the screen name, and I knew it was Lin. On the day of the trial, Wang Yong produced a mental evaluation in court, shouting, I have bipolar mood regulation syndrome. I can't control my emotions. My sister commented, if you have mental illness, go to a mental hospital for treatment. Don't go around harming others. This case has irrefutable evidence. Wang Yong used public resources to provoke public trust, causing extremely adverse effects. Even more surprising, Wu Jie simultaneously sued him for domestic violence, mental manipulation, and using her to amass wealth, presenting a large amount of evidence. Adding to the previous charge of defamation against me, Wu Jie also accused him of domestic violence and more. Wang Yong had all his assets confiscated and faced a combined sentence of 6 years for the 2 crimes. This series of events left me speechless. Afterward, Wu Jie indeed paid me $1 million in compensation. This amount roughly covered my mother's medical expenses and my property losses. She looked at me with great apology. I'm sorry and thank you. After learning more, I understood Wang Yong's almost perverted possessiveness over Wu Jie. During their relationship, he constantly gaslighted Wu Jie and treated her violently and rudely. She had considered leaving him and had reported him to the police, but it was ultimately dismissed as a lover's quarrel. Wang Yong threatened her that if she broke up with him, he would kill her parents. She knew Wang Yong was capable of it. She felt hopeless, without hope in life, and even contemplated suicide. She didn't expect to meet her former lover here and sought his help. Later, Wang Yong discovered her unusual behavior. She chose to protect her lover by lying, thinking that without evidence, the matter would quickly end. She never imagined that Wang Yong would escalate things so much, leading to a subsequent loss of control. This made Wu Jie even more afraid to reveal the truth. As for why he chose me, it was because she happened to see news about a courier harassing a female customer and being falsely accused of spreading lewd rumors. Hearing this, I realized I was incredibly unlucky. Wu Jie lowered her head, constantly apologizing and saying, "I'm sorry." Probably due to previous incidents, everyone is concerned about information security, which is why my case has received so much attention. Lawyer Lin said, "The main reason is that Wang Yong knows how to manipulate public opinion. First, he's a man speaking up for his girlfriend, and he created a touching love story. Secondly, he emphasized his grassroots status and vulnerability. People naturally sympathize with the weak." I frowned. "So, he can disregard the truth?" Lawyer Lin pondered. "In the face of public opinion, emotions always precede reason. Otherwise, why would fan circles become so demonized?" I sighed softly. "Then how can we accurately filter information?" "Let the dust settle," Lawyer Lin smiled. "And let reason precede emotion." I thought after this matter was clarified, it would finally be over. But I underestimated the moral standards of netizens. Even though Wang Yong was sentenced to prison, there were still netizens pleading for him, becoming his loyal fans. They even demanded that I forgive Wang Yong and reconcile with him. Netizens said, "He didn't do anything wrong. He was just standing up for his girlfriend. His girlfriend betrayed him. He's so pitiful." I really want to ask, then what did I do wrong? I run a small business, a courier station, working almost all year round, honestly trying to make a living. As a result, I was suddenly labeled as a rapist. Ignoring the truth, they scolded me and cursed me to die, sending wreaths, harassing my family, all kinds of bottomless harassment. My whole family was exhausted, experiencing a social death. My business, which I had worked so hard to build, was forced to close, and I was fined until I was penniless. I have to be fully armed just to go out on the street, with hot topics about me everywhere, all without exception calling me a scumbag. Thinking of those dark days before, it still fills me with lingering fear. I ask again, then what did I do wrong? In terms of harm, Wang Yong, who committed domestic violence against his girlfriend, fabricated a persona and framed me, is the complete perpetrator. Just because he created a persona online of a man standing up for women, does he have criminal immunity? If such a terrible thing is not severely punished and prevented, if someone imitates it, won't it be grassroots women who suffer in the end? When women want to speak out again, who will dare to believe them? Trust between people collapses in such small matters. Ironically, I heard that Wang Yong has taken over a shop next door, actually preparing to open a courier station. He was just feigning feminism, using his girlfriend to spread rumors. In fact, he is the real scum, Pua threatening his girlfriend, leeching off her, wanting to suck the last drop of blood from her. In the end, he lit the fire, but couldn't control it, and burned himself. He only reaped what he sowed. My sister edited the whole story and posted it online. At the same time, Wu Jie sincerely issued an apology statement online. Of course, it didn't get much attention. My sister asked me, "Can you forgive Wu Jie?" I said, "I sympathize with her, but I can't forgive her. The harm her silence caused to my family is real and indelible." My sister said, "As a woman, I can understand her. A woman only needs to encounter a scumbag to fall, especially with emotional conflicts and domestic violence. Most women are stuck in the mud, and it's difficult to break free on their own. Isn't a fist closer than the police?" I sighed. "The most terrible thing about relationships is violence." My sister said, "Yes, the violent man initially just wanted to frame you, to make you close your shop for good. Even if he was exposed, he could just apologize and be done with it. He probably didn't expect that this commotion would get him a lot of traffic online, and some people were willing to give him money, as if he had found a business opportunity to make quick money. The internet fame went to his head. The more he belittles you, the more perfect his image becomes, and the more sympathy, attention, and even money he gets. In the end, he's probably acting out lies as if they were the truth. Faced with huge profits, he can't control himself and can't stop. I retorted, with the facts right in front of them. Why are there still people supporting him? My sister laughed. Those are just idiots who deliberately make outrageous remarks to show how different and unique they are. They are basically losers who are not doing well in real life and crave attention. Me. My sister patted my shoulder. You have to thank today's big data era. If it weren't for your phone recording your movements and surveillance everywhere, it would be easier to commit crimes and to spread rumors. I said, what if my phone hadn't had its location on that day, or if the surveillance cameras had malfunctioned? My sister thought for a long time. Don't think about it. It's all in the past. Just then, a new message popped up on my phone. The online abuse of my new partner has started again.